What's going on, everybody? Happy football weekend. We have college football today and the NFL tomorrow. We had the defensive slugfest on Thursday where the Packers beat the Bears 10-3. We have Antonio Brown being a crazy person, in which he put out a video after being fined, then apologizing to the Raiders, then getting fined again for putting out the video, then saying, "Release me," then getting released by the Raiders after they took away his guaranteed money. I mean, what a freaking week we've had so far. But let's look forward to Sunday and Monday. These are my surefire picks for week one. Betting is so fun, and I do my betting at BetDSI.com. Not sponsored, I wish. But that's where I do my betting, so that's where I'll get all my lines from. So let's get right into it. The first game I'm betting this weekend is the Detroit Lions -2.5 over the Arizona Cardinals. Rookie quarterbacks usually struggle in their first career starts or first career playing time. Kyler Murray is a rookie going in. Now, Josh Allen in 2018 was 6 for 15 for 75 yards. I'm not sure if he started this game because Nate Peterman also played, but I'm guessing he started and then they took him out and put Nate Peterman in. They lost 47-3 to Baltimore, and that wasn't even with, rookie quarterback Lamar Jackson. That was with Joe Flacco. Then Josh Rosen was 15 for 27 for 180 and a touchdown, which isn't that bad, but lost 20-17. And a couple other quarterbacks did good. Of course, you had Baker Mayfield do great, and you had Sam Darnold, throw that really bad interception to start, but actually defeat Detroit on their opening night on primetime football. So it's either way, but rookie quarterbacks can struggle in their first game experience. I mean, you also have no Patrick Peterson, which will help Stafford get deep passes to Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones, who are both deep threats. And of course, they have new slot guys. I believe it's Danny Amendola. It is Danny Amendola in the slot, which is definitely going to help. And something they've lacked last year. I think that's why the offense went so bad last year, was because they didn't have a slot guy after Golden Tate left. The Cardinals' offensive line was the worst last year. I mean, it was really terrible. So Murray could be seeing pressure all night, and that's not good success for a rookie quarterback, or that's not a good recipe for a rookie quarterback to see, especially in his first real NFL experience, real game experience, not preseason, going against real, true NFL talent. And the Detroit Lions line is pretty good. So Kyler Murray could be under pressure all night. The next game I have is the Pittsburgh Steelers +5 over the New England Patriots. This game is always a tough matchup because the Patriots are a weird team in September. They usually struggle in September. They usually have their up and down games where, like last year, the Patriots are lost in early in the season to Detroit 26-10 and Jacksonville 31-20 in weeks 2 and 3. So that was back-to-back weeks where they lost. And the Patriots, they've lost a lot of people. They lost Gronk. Of course, there's no Gronk, and there's no really idea who their tight end is, and that's been such a big, position for them over the years. And who knows if Josh Gordon is ready to play football again at like a high level, like he did back when the Browns had him. And Gordon did put out a nice quote or a nice message to the fans saying that he wants to make a new chapter and he's not going to focus on the past. That's all nice, but that doesn't really translate to him catching 13 touchdowns. And although the Steelers lost AB and Bell, I mean, they played all season without Bell and used James Conner, who worked out great for him. So, I think the Steelers can do it. They beat the Patriots last year 17-10, which is a weird score. Usually it's a way high score, like way more, more of a shootout, especially with Big Ben and Tom Brady. So, I think the Steelers can do it this year for sure. And with that offensive line, I mean, that's just awesome. The Steelers line's always been great and has been for years. And the Patriots actually just lost their center, so who knows? I think the Steelers could come away with this. Not saying they'll win, but who says a field goal loss? Hey, it covers. That could happen. My next surefire bet is the Los Angeles Chargers -6.5 over the Indianapolis Colts. Just for starters, no Andrew Luck. I don't think Jacoby Brissett is very good. He's shown good flashes, but has shown major inconsistency. And to be fair, that was when the Colts had a terrible offensive line. Now we can say that their line, based on last year, is one of the best in the NFL. So that could be a good thing for Jacoby Brissett. The Colts have okay weapons, but outside of T.Y. Hilton, I think Andrew Luck elevated a lot of the guys around him. Eric Ebron was pretty much a NFL bust before Andrew Luck took over, and There's not much other than him. The Chargers don't have Melvin Gordon. I understand that. But in weeks where Gordon doesn't play in 2016 or 2018 rather, didn't play. Week 7, the Chargers won 20-19 over Tennessee. Week 13, 33-30 win over Pittsburgh. Week 14, a 26-21 win over the Bengals. And week 15, a huge 29-28 win over Kansas City, where Kansas City wasn't benching players yet. You know, they were still going for home field to make sure they got it. So the Chargers are 4-0 without Melvin Gordon. I think Phillip Rivers is one of the best early season quarterbacks, you know. Late season, come talk to me, you know, that's a different story. But early in the season, I think Phillip Rivers is one of the best. So I think the Chargers handled the Colts pretty easily this week. My fourth bet that I'm going to be doing this weekend is the Los Angeles Rams -1 over the Carolina Panthers. Am I the only one that thought this line was a little weird? Only -1, the best offense in the NFL. I mean, the Rams' offense has really been the best in the NFL, scoring 30 plus points all but 4 games last year. The Panthers scored 30 plus only 5 times total. And Cam Newton did miss some games, so I'll give them credit, but only 5 times total. Cam Newton is coming off a shoulder surgery and an injury in the preseason to his ankle and leg. I mean, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. This game just doesn't make sense to me. I take the Rams 10 out of 10 times. Not that I think the Panthers are bad, because they're not a bad team, but I just don't think they have the offensive power to keep up with the Rams and a good enough defense to hold the Rams down. I think what this comes down to is the Vegas Sharks are worried about Todd Gurley not playing or being on a snap count, and reports are that he's not going to be on any snap count. So I think Gurley's 100% coming into the season, and that might change later in the season. But week 1, that's when they're the healthiest, and he hasn't played all preseason. So I'm taking Rams easy here, -1 over the Panthers. And my fifth and final sure bet for week 1 is the Cincinnati Bengals +9.5 over the Seattle Seahawks. This game's another weird one too. The Bengals, I mean, are they that bad of a team? Last year, Andy Dalton did get hurt in week 12, so that kind of ruined their total season output. But Andy Dalton did lead them to 3 out of the 4 first game wins, last year. And I think Seattle wins the game, but their offense hasn't been explosive based off last year, and losing Doug Baldwin, who's a really good receiver, an underrated receiver, I think, for that offense. Who knows if DK Metcalf is really ready to play in the NFL. He's another one of those big guys that can't really run routes, but he's just so big that he's supposed to be really good, and he's a combine freak. So, who's their number 2 receiver? Is it DK Metcalf? And he just came off surgery. Pete Carroll's lied in the past. We all know this. So who knows if he's really healthy. Tyler Lockett's really great, but other than that, who are the weapons through the air? Seattle only crossed the 30-point threshold 4 times in 2018. Cincinnati crossed the 30 points 6 times. Of course, some of this were with AJ Green, who's going to be out for a few weeks starting the season, but Dalton is healthy again, which gives them a legit chance to win or at least cover the spread. 9.5, that's huge. And that could dip to 10, depending on when you bet it. The Bengals started last year off big with wins over Baltimore, Indianapolis, and Atlanta in their first 4 weeks, like I mentioned earlier. And like I said, I mean, I expect the Seahawks to win, but almost 10 points is too much, especially for an offense who likes to ground and pound and drain clock like Seattle did last year with Chris Carson and Rashad Penny duo. Russell Wilson's still really great, I think. And yeah, I mean, I just think the Bengals can cover this, not win. I don't think they have really a good shot of that, but 9.5 to maybe even 10 by the time the game gets closer to game time. I'm going to take Cincinnati covering that spread. And those are my 5 surefire picks for week 1. I want to thank you guys for listening. Please give the video a like and hit the subscribe button below. I'll be posting videos periodically throughout the season, so stay tuned. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for listening.